was going to say Ivan.
Maybe we're tricking you. It's
then
Ivan.
I said it deliberately wrong on purpose so you'd correct me.
Say Ivan. Ivan
I've got a
Marek.
story about Ivan, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you say it on air?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Go on.
Right. No, start. Is that the pre-roll?
Beep, beep. Hello. Welcome to Here We Crow. The Crows girls are winners again. Absolutely
winners, chickens,
stomping
dinners.
the Giants this week. How about it?
How
It's
about it?
Episode 73 of Here We Crow. Hi, Sam.
Hello, Lauren.
Hi, Dan.
Hello.
Benless again
We are.
on a Tuesday evening.
Mm-hmm.
But don't fret, listeners. Ben will be back. He is around. If he wants to come see us sometime, I guess he'll make an appearance.
He's out around Strath somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, strathing it up.
Yep.
But look, he has provided us with some stats as usual this week.
He's getting very good at that.
I'm very impressed. Again, we need to start the Twitter feed.
We said that we were going to do that, didn't we?
We
And
should
we
do that
didn't.
at some point. 73. Our 73rd debut player was Matthew Collins. 96-97 it says here. I don't know what that means. I guess he played between
That's the
96 and
years.
97.
Yeah.
14 games for Adelaide. He was part of the trade that brought Bassett to the Crows.
Ooh.
I don't remember Matthew Collins at all.
I remember what he looked like vaguely.
Yeah, right.
It does ring a bell to me.
He mixed up between him and Matt Connell,
Yeah.
Matt Collins.
I think they looked pretty much exactly the same if I recall. Nathan Bassett, uncontracted at Port Adelaide now.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, we
lost
don't
the
want
job.
him. He's no good.
Nah.
That's why Port don't want him.
That's right. 73 was our score against Sydney in the Goalgate game. But feel free not to read out this stat. He's put at the end. Does he not know I don't read these beforehand? Charlie Cameron played 73 games for the Crows. Oh, I miss you, Charles.
He gets to play in a grand final now.
Yeah.
Another one.
I'm glad. Other players who decided to move to another club. Or is this becoming a thing? Brad Crouch had 73 one-percenters.
Oh, wow. How did you find that one?
Ivan Matic had 73
What was that?
freeze
Matic?
for.
Oh, Matic.
I say it like Mariana.
Mariana Rajcic.
Rajcic.
Ivan Maric.
You guys knew I was going to get that name wrong, so
Yes.
I tricked you earlier
it was
to
well
tell
done.
me how to say it.
That's brilliant. It's actually Ivan.
I told you, I've got a story about that. Jake Lever, yuck, had 73 inside 50s, the same as Wayne Carey, and 73 tackles.
And 73 items of rubbish in his Crows bin items.
He's got 73 problems, and the Crows are no longer one.
No.
That's it. Let's get into it.
Music.
Cool drinks.
What I should have mentioned is that we have a very special guest on the podcast tonight. Teah Charlton joins us tonight for a chat, so we're very excited about
Also, we've stuffed it up because I don't have the drinks we're going to talk about here.
that. Okay, good. Well, I guess we'll pause this and we'll get on to the interview.
And we're back.
Righto.
We have the beverages.
Yeah, we happened to pause and then did an interview in between there. So
We are multi-talented.
we are drinking Billson's Twister.
Finally, we got one.
We got one.
We got
right.
one singular can.
Sorry, yes.
For anyone who follows Russ Eats on Instagram, he was banging on about this as the best drink ever a few weeks ago, and we've been trying to get one ever
Isn't he
since.
the inventor of the flavour?
Well,
He's the inventor of the
He's
flavour.
on the can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They even made him, or he's obviously got a vested interest in it then.
Yeah.
But they made him like a shirt in the print that's on the can. So, but
Oh, man, that's so
as
young.
Russ Eats would say, righto, let's get into it.
Thanks to the Billson's reps who I stole this from. But it is available in your good local Hurley Sellers store now.
That is so delicious.
It is delicious.
I need a sugar-free
tried it.
version though.
Russ, you are fucking bang on.
So anyway, that's what we're drinking. Then we got South Ave, 0 sugar vodka, sour blue raspberry to follow it up. So
Oh, wow.
So we had one of their hard seltzers earlier this year. And they were really yummy. So I'm interested in that one.
Yeah.
For
South
sure.
Ave stuff is so good. I actually went to a 30th on the weekend as a craft beer lover, and I bought 2 4-packs of seltzers. I've officially
transitioned.
They don't bloat you, and you just feel all right.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about them. It's just so easy. Maybe it's because I'm getting old as well.
Bit of that,
Yeah. What do you listen to, guys?
Oh, well, I've gone local because it's always nice when the Adelaide band puts something out new. And
Dad's just decided he's going first.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lauren. I just jumped in. But what I found interesting about this particular band, they're called Pity Lips. So last Friday...
What is that? Pity Lips.
Pity Lips.
Yeah.
Last Friday, this band released a new single, or their first single on all the streaming services, and it's called Cellular. That's the one I'm going to play. But that's a bit of an interesting one. Another band called The Mondays, who has a member of Pity Lips, released a song that day as well. And then a member of Teenage Jones is also in this band, and they released a song that day as well. I'm like... How prolific are these girls? 3 songs on one day. That's amazing effort for an Adelaide band. 3 different songs, 3 different bands. But I think Pity Lips' song Cellular is the pick of the bunch, and this is it.
Cool, I like it. It's 90s.
It is. That's probably why I like it too.
Yeah. Girls
What have you got,
alive
Lauren?
in the 90s? I got no, it's not local, but it's Australian. It is the band Coffin. They've just been touring with Amel and the Sniffers in all sorts of places. But they are a punk hardcore band from Sydney, I'm pretty sure. I didn't do any research. I don't need to do any research for this.
Let's say it was Sydney.
But I wasn't sure which song to pick, but I picked the one that represents what we all did last night, and that was Australia Stopped for the Brownlow medal. And this song's called Australia Stops.
Did they?
Nice.
They are playing at the Crown Anchor, I believe, in a few weeks after Crows AFLW game. So if you want to make the trek down there after the AFLW game, I recommend it. And the drummer, who's the singer as well, loves to do a bit of a "ow" in every song.
An hour.
"Ow." He does that in like every song. It's amazing.
Well, it's funny you say that because Pity Lips are actually launching Cellular at the Cranker on the 4th of October. So you can get along to that. And Coffin is pretty soon, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking up the date for you and I can't find it.
That's fine.
And that's my boyfriend's job to update the website. So I'm having a word to him when I get home.
Bloody hell, man.
Oh, dear. Well, that's a pre-game warm-up.
Suki la la Crow supporters.
Not this week, bloody. We're pretty happy this week because the Crows stormed home with a win, 16-10, 106 to 5-7-37 against the Giants. What a match.
Are we going to leave Graham in there? I didn't
Yeah.
realise that was a bad one.
Well, that's not Graham. That's Malcolm Blight.
Oh, Malcolm Blight. Sorry. Talking about Graham.
Look, very competitive first half. And then the second half, Giants went to sleep. They were the sleeping Giants.
Yes.
They were.
What happened? I don't know. But the Crows absolutely pumped them. And What a huge game from one Ebony Marinoff.
Yeah, huge.
Oh my god.
There is going to be some outrage if Noffy doesn't collect 9 votes tonight, 12 votes tonight. I feel.
Yeah, no, I don't think that won't happen. Well, what am I trying to say? Oh God,
I don't know. What are you trying to say?
That sip of Twister.
Look, 40 disposals, 737 metres gained, 8 tackles, 9 clearances, 22 uncontested possessions, and 20 contested possessions. Just a few of the mammoth stats
Ebony
for
was
Ebony
everywhere.
Marinoff. 8 marks. What the hell? You know, I've just popped her in my fantasy team. I've now managed to get Hatchie and Noffy in there.
I snoozed so hard on that. I fucking hate AFLW fantasy. You could get fucked. Well, it's the hardest game on
Potty
earth.
mouth. What's happened?
I'm sorry.
It's way easier on like the AFL one.
I
Sorry, Maria is magic, but yours is hard.
I want to. Yeah, it's easier. Like I want to play it. Like I'll always play it and hopefully they get better. But I'm just terrible at it. And
Look,
Ebony Marinoff, the fact I didn't pick her is the biggest mistake I'll ever make in my life.
Look, it's okay. We've all made mistakes in fantasy. Another player that we should talk about quickly is Eloise Jones. 4 goals.
Yeah, she was great.
That's got to be a record.
Her
EJ.
up forward has been fantastic to see this year. She's just got so much grunt.
Yeah.
And it's, I think her going forwards probably allowed Ponta to comfortably go into the midfield a fair bit more this year than she has in the past. So both of those are a massive win for us, I think.
Yep. Also, I thought Chelsea Randall was solid as usual. Jess Waterhouse, again, like really, really good grunt in this game. Maddie had a great game too. Hatchie, of course, also had a pretty heavy disposal game with 22, 6 tackles.
Brand new friend of the pod, Teah Charlton.
Yes.
Had a great game as well.
Another great game from Teah. Do you know that there was 11 singular goal kickers?
There was.
That is amazing.
We've spoken about it before, but it was another one of those games where we sat back, let them come at us for a quarter and a half, and then we're just so much better than most of the teams in this comp. It's just not even a challenge. I know Maddie Clark always makes it seem like it was harder than it was in the post-match press conferences, but yeah, this comp and this Crows side, it's
we've definitely reached a peak level of fitness.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
and we can definitely run out the games a lot harder than the teams at the moment. I mean, have we really been challenged yet this season?
no,
Not yet, but I was just going to say that I did make some notes about the upcoming game. So this week we've got the Suns at Unley. So you back us in at home, but Suns are sitting 6th, so they're pretty competitive. But after that, it gets a bit tougher. So you got Melbourne in Melbourne, who are sitting 1st.
yeah,
You got
and they haven't lost yet, have they?
They haven't
got
lost
a
yet.
massive percentage.
So Bulldogs, who are 16th, which is at home, so that should be a win easy. But then we got Brisbane, who are 4th away, North, who are 3rd at home, and West Coast, who are bottom. So the Melbourne, the Gold Coast even, then the Melbourne, Brisbane, and North games are all big tests to see where we're really at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That will, you'd expect will still be highly competitive, but
You'd think the confidence would be right up at the moment, which is really great.
Who
In
did the
terms of
Brews lose to this week?
Brisbane.
Right.
And I picked Brisbane. I just knew that Kangas were going to get toppled at some point, and I felt like this was the week.
Yeah.
And I got that one. In terms of team stats, inside 50s, 46-30. We were always going to win that. Our efficiency inside 50 was 65.2% compared to 36.7%. So that's definitely where we won the game. We also won majorly in hit-outs, 48-15. We were pretty even in terms of clearance, and GWS actually won the stoppage clearances, but centre clearances we dominated 14-8. Other than that, everything was generally pretty on par. 59-44 marks, 12 marks to 9 inside 50. Obviously, we kicked way more goals. That was the only other
comprehensive.
stat that was really absurdly different. Giants had 132 handballs to ours 90.
Yeah.
So we're obviously kicking is our jam at the moment.
Yeah. Well,
So-
it's pressure as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're just all over them.
That's it.
The handballs just feel like that's their only option. So
Well, we had 186 kicks to their 130. So
Yeah.
that and pressure, as you said, Sam, it's proving to be working very well for the Crows at the moment.
yeah, and it's hard to. like we said last week, it's just hard to talk too much about the Crows team at the moment because there's nothing you can really say about people underperforming. I think everybody's pulling their weight.
Everyone's contributing.
Yeah, I think the Inns were good.
Benny Van Hagen did all right.
Yeah, I thought she did okay.
Van Hagen.
Yeah.
Hagen.
So it's hard to say too much really about these performances.
I know, we can't pick apart these games.
No.
Because they're just good.
Yeah. But speaking of good, it was the second highest score in AFLW history. And something that I picked up on the broadcast was they mentioned Brooke Tonin has won 14 games in a row now. So
oh, yes, I saw that.
she's not lost a game.
We should have. We actually forgot to ask Teah about the getting interviewed in the quarter time breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, while she's on the bench. We should have
Yes.
asked her about that. I'm annoyed that we didn't now.
Yes, because she's been busted.
She has
At
been
least once, yeah.
properly. Oh, no. Anyway, really good game. I'm stoked for the girls. It just seems to be – everything just seems to be working at the moment. So I'm looking forward to the next few weeks. I look forward to seeing us be tested and see how we come through those tougher ones.
Well, yeah, just looking at the ladder, like it was, probably a quality thing that Dan did there because, you can definitely see that the teams that we've played are, occupying the lower regions of the ladder. So it's no wonder we've been winning quite easily. So, at least we'll get to see where we're at.
Great. Well, do you want to do some votes?
Let's do some votes.
Dan, who have you got?
Well, no surprises. I've got Chelbo has 3. No. Ebony Marinoff, 40 disposals, 36 kicks amongst those 40 disposals, and 9 tackles. Noffy, 3 votes. EJ, 4 goals, 16 disposals for 2. I got Neve Kelly at 1 vote for 18 disposals, including 14 kicks and 2 goals.
Excellent. Sam?
No surprise, Marinoff, for all the reasons mentioned above. I gave 2 to Jones and I gave 1 to Teah Charlton, 13 disposals, a goal and 10 tackles.
Excellent. Ben has 3 for Ebony Marinoff, 2 for Eloise Jones, and 1 for Madison Newman. He didn't leave me any notes as to why he voted for these people.
I spoke to him today and he was like, I didn't give you any vote notes. Couldn't be bothered. No.
No vote notes. Say that fast. I'm giving 3 to Noffy, obviously. I'm giving 2 to EJ, as did everyone else. But I'm giving my 1 vote to Danielle Ponta.
Nice.
Another very good game from Ponta.
So many good players deserve the 1 vote. So I think it's no surprise we're all split on that one.
Yeah.
Soldier on, soldier on, soldier on.
All right. My Sarah Allen Soldiers on this week happens to be our very special guest, Teah Charlton. Dan, who's yours?
I went with a friend of the pod, Jess Waterhouse. I thought it was probably her best game she's played despite not hitting a scoreboard. She had a really good goal assist and she was just dangerous at ground level throughout the whole game, which got commented on a fair bit by the broadcasters, but I also just felt like she put on some really good pressure and was in and about. She got more possessions than she's had in the past as well. So
I agree with you 100%, Ko Mini. I put her there too.
I didn't watch the game in this time.
You watched the whole game, Sam. Give him a break.
During work hours.
Nice.
Well, I agree. Look, I agree. If it wasn't Teah, it probably would have been Jess. Ben has Chelsea Randall. Plugs holes
she was
wherever
great too.
we need her to.
Yeah,
He's
she
written.
does. Yeah.
I almost put her in, actually. She was taking some great defensive marks throughout the game. Yeah.
Just call her the Silicon Compound.
Do we know how long Stevie Lee's out for?
Hopefully not long.
Looks like she's a test this week.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
no.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good news.
Excellent news.
That's it.
Let's talk about some Australian Football League stuff.
Non-W.
Or to piss people off, the AFLM.
Yeah. Shout out to the twat that tweeted us and asked what AFLM is. You know
did they?
what it is.
Who said
Frank. I don't know. Some idiot looking for a fight.
It's AFL Muppet.
When we're referencing 2 competitions, we will put the corresponding letters.
Yeah, that's pretty easy, I would have thought.
Anyway, let's talk about the Brownlow.
Yeah, what a farce that stupid counties
Actually,
really.
it's your segment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, you need to do my
Sam,
segment.
but
Look, let's just go
before we
straight
get
in.
into your segment, are we going to do your segment?
Nah, I reckon we just go. I didn't actually take a lot of notes. Like I didn't have a lot of bads this week, so
No.
I don't really have any.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, it does sound a bit weird, doesn't it? All right, shall we do it?
Yep.
Forgot about his own segment.
If you want to know what's in the spring, get into Rowan Jarman.
I only really had one good thing, and that was Dan wearing a Yes We Can shirt to his gig on the weekend.
Yeah. If you want a little bit of background on that, you didn't ask for it, but I'll give it to you.
No, I want to. Oh, I know the background, but you can
Well, I
tell
was
the listeners.
Singing, I was a guest singer for the band Lazaro's Dog, who have been around for a long, long time, stalwarts of the Adelaide music industry. They used to have a song on the JVC home entertainment system, which I actually sang that night as well. But their usual singer is a very big Port supporter, and he was apparently pulled out of the gig, which was someone's 50th, for a marathon the next day. And so I got the call
rude.
up. I got the call up to, sing a couple of songs, which ended up being about 7 or 8 songs, and I found a Yes We Can t-shirt and wore that as well as some fitness gear, so I looked like I was going on a run. And proceeded to run around the stage and through the crowd, and also tried to get a circle pit going amongst the 50-year-olds. And needless to
Did you
say,
succeed?
I was the only one doing it.
Did you have fun though?
I had
That's
great
the
fun.
main thing.
It was excellent.
Yeah,
it was
nice. I actually did have another bad.
Another
Good. Another good. Sorry, I'm already getting excited for my. I mentioned this in the group chat, but you know how we were trying to work out how to say Schadenfreude
Schadenfreude.
in the podcast last
good.
week.
I think you've still got it wrong.
Yeah, I think so. The next podcast after I listened back to ours just to check whether the editing's all right. Literally, the podcast started first 2 minutes trying to work out, and it was a tech podcast, how to say that word. It was the most strange coincidence.
Do any of us have it right?
Well, they said it was like Schadenfreude.
Do I need to get Google onto this?
Maybe. Do you
Jeff
wanna,
Bezos was listening to you, mate.
maybe. Yeah.
Whoever.
It was just so strange.
Zuckerberg.
How quickly can Lauren Google?
If you say Zuckerberg on a podcast, you get cancelled.
Schadenfreude.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it was that.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah, there we go. So I
Oh.
did have it right.
I would have never known that. I thought it was
Schadenfreude.
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 Your
Let's make that a button.
I was hinting.
Footwear sacrificed at half price and equipment slashed to half price. Rowan Jarman's huge half price sale. Don't miss it.
We'll do longer discussions about the Brownlow, but I think the thing that's annoying me most at the moment is this North Melbourne shit. They're
What? Scabs.
yeah.
Scabs.
They're a shit club that's been run into the ground for multiple generations, losing talent because they're crap, and then just ask, putting the hand out for. So thankfully, the AFL didn't bend over and give them access to that Riley Sanders straight up. So they've got an end of first round selection this year, and they've got 2 end of first round selections next year. So they've already got an extra first round this year. So I think they have got they could end up with 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, because they haven't talked about what they're getting for Ben Mackay yet.
Yeah, which has all just been said that he's going to get the front end of the first round or after their first pick, which is pick 3 for him, which is an absolute disgrace. This system, so many systems in this competition need rejigging, don't they?
It just seems absurd. We could have easily asked for an assistance package at the end of 2020 / even 2021.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we didn't.
Yeah.
We were just like, no, all right, we'll just get through it.
It's hard to argue that it's anything but mismanagement that's put North where they are.
Absolutely it is. Yeah. And they're so stubborn. They don't want to, they were so stubborn wanting to stick around in the competition, even though they've got no fans. There's way too many clubs in Melbourne. One of them should be going to Tasmania as far as I'm concerned, but then they can't call them the Kangaroos or anything because then no one will support them down there either.
I mean, technically they could be Northern Tasmania.
Launceston or Devonport. Bernie Kangaroos.
Get him to Northern Whoop Whoop. Get out of here.
Elk Clarkson was on in a press conference whinging, saying that he would expect a top end pick for Mackay, which is just crap. I listened to Crowcast. Crowcast did a podcast last night, and they mentioned that why on earth wouldn't Tommy Doedee be worth the same as Mackay? What's Mackay done more than Tommy Doedee? But he's not. It's not even been spoken about in the same sentence as far as what the compensation's going to be. Flat out, there shouldn't be any compensation anyway. And have you heard about the rubbish that Essendon and St Kilda are likely to get away with?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, with Gresham and Shield. It's just
So Yeah, like back to that point, you know how we got sort of shut down for that deal with where we were meant to get the player from
Crouch, was it?
Yeah, it was Crouch going to St Kilda, but we were meant to get what's his name? The St Kilda player that went to Melbourne.
Dunstan.
Yeah, Dunstan. So we were meant to get Dunstan, which, I mean, good thing we didn't probably.
Yeah,
but,
didn't really do much. Yeah.
they shut that down and then they allowed that Geelong one to go through where they got like a first round pick and whatever.
And they're saying, even some of the Victorian media are saying this smells a bit funny, it's probably going to go through where they both get compensation and the players just switch.
But watch us get shut down for the Marby hole and pick 3 one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can see it coming, can't you? Yeah, so anyway, they were the bads. But let's talk about the Brownlow.
Yes.
Look, I've absolutely nothing. Lockie Neal's a great player. I don't think anyone can.
But is he better than Bontempelli?
I would argue that he's in the discussion, of course, but it's this year which is the problem.
Yeah.
The year that he's won his second Brownlow now.
Even he was shocked.
Yeah, I just the whole. I think this is the perfect opportunity for the AFL to really rejig the Brownlow. It's an absolute disgrace that our biggest award, most prestigious award, is voted on by the umpires. Like, it's absolute bush league shit. That this is how our premium award is voted on.
It's actually a disgrace on the bush league to call it. but the fact is, like, we already jump up and down about all the things that umpires get wrong, and then we're also expecting them to remember who played well on the night.
Absolutely,
like, it's too much for them. Clearly, like some of those votes were really questionable.
Yeah.
And, you know, you obviously either watching a different game or you're giving participation awards out.
Yeah.
For some of those votes that like Jason and Francis got, and like Lockie Neal, even when, you know, players playing against him kicked 7 goals and stuff like that.
Errol Gordon had 42, kicked 2, 5 marks, and scored 1 vote.
And Gordon was right up there with a chance to win it if he got reasonable votes in a game like that.
He technically would have lost by 1 with Neil getting 3 in that final round, but still, the fact that he didn't get 3 votes in that game is just insane.
See, my theory is because it's umpire voted, it's just whoever's the nicest to the umpires when decisions don't go their way.
Yeah, well, there was a guy who I follow for betting reasons who was pulling apart some of the voting last night, and an umpire that was very friendly to, or an umpiring group that was very friendly to Lockie Neal last year had also umpired 7 of his games again this year and was also very friendly. His last name's Williamson, I think, the umpire that is. Just stuff like that just makes things just so, I don't know. Like,
it feels like it's so easy to be corrupt.
Yeah.
Like what's the bet in the future they can go down like an AI path and get AI to actually vote?
Well, it just needs, I've been saying it for years that the coaches, like, surely the players would treat the coaches' vote, the coaches' award, as the more premium award as far as, prestige for the players themselves. You can see the players don't really give a shit about the Brownlow. They all treat it very flippantly.
But like I was saying to you before, Sam, like I can't see them changing it from this unpredictability, because if they make it any more predictable, it's going to be so easy for people to win bets on.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they have the umpires do it and pulling out like random 3-vote wins means that the bookies will be like getting all the money.
Yeah. Oh, they would have. The bookies would have cleaned up last night. Yeah.
Exactly.
With Gordon getting in that top 5.
If there's no logic behind it, then it makes it a no-brainer for them to keep it the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. I watched about 5 minutes of it in total last night. I really had no real interest in it because of how it is. And it goes for so damn long as well. They just drag it out with all the rubbish. And then Walker wasn't in the goal of the year.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Which
ridiculous.
is just
Don't
crap.
get me started.
I mean, that Will Ashcroft goal was pretty bloody good though.
But it was fluky goal.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yeah, it was fine. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it was a good goal.
It was acrobatic, impressive.
That
That's
was.
always going to win.
Yeah.
Look, I think the most important thing about the Brownlows is obviously the fashion of the wives and girlfriends. So a big shout out to the Crows ladies of the evening who all looked absolutely stellar.
Who looked the best?
Look, honestly, I think Belle Sloan might have it for me, although she was rocking the orange.
Questionable why Sloan was even there.
Well, he got some votes, so that makes it worthy of his
so
time,
did
doesn't it?
Saligo.
Oh, well, good on you, Jakey. Also, Ellie Walker looked absolutely stunning, an iconic Oscar red carpet worthy dress for Ellie. Rory Ladd's partner Elle also looked amazing, and so did Jordan Dawson's partner Millie. Absolutely.
Do you
10
know
out of
what-
10 girls.
Did you have that written down, or do you know their
That
names?
is off the top of my head.
Oh,
I
wow.
know all their names.
Jesus. How many votes did Riley O'Brien get?
He got a
Yeah,
few
surely
too.
you can tell us.
I
Too
don't
many.
know, actually. Did he actually get some?
He did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he
got
did.
around-
He did
around-
actually
I
get
was
some.
hoping you were going to say 0.
It was around 6 from memory.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, right. Must have been that one he
All
took
the
a
votes
mark
for
in.
Jordan Dawson and Tex Walker made sense, let's be real.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was
Yeah.
pretty happy for Jakey Sligo getting one.
Yeah, he got a vote. Snuck in there. I think it was the game he got subbed off, wasn't it?
Probably.
reckon.
Probably that.
I think it
was
was in that third quarter. Remember how he got subbed off when he was
that
playing
would
really
make,
well?
That would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Well done,
Tactical.
coaches.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, I don't know what the answer is to the whole Brownlow thing. Anyway, I just want to have a
AI.
whinge about it. AI.
It's AI.
It's always AI. That's the answer. What else do we want to talk about? What else has
let's
happened?
talk. Crows have had some delistings, obviously,
Yes.
this week after we lost the Sandful final,
Mm-hmm.
prelim final.
Yep. Delistings came out the morning we released our last podcast, just
They
convenient.
did conveniently. So I think no surprises really with the delistings. Jackson Haitley, Tariq Newchurch. Who else was
Andrew
there?
McPherson.
Andrew McPherson. I think that's a bit
Tyler
of a bummer.
Brown.
And Tyler Brown. Out of 4 of those, I think definitely Andy McPherson is probably the saddest story.
just can't get
He
his
just was
body right.
plagued by injury.
Yeah.
He was really good when he was playing at
Yeah.
the start of the season.
Yeah, and he had a really good patch there. Was it a couple of years ago where he
Yeah.
looked super promising?
He was good in
but-
the 2020 season when we were really bottoming out.
Yeah, yep. And also that tweet had the ball aces basically being kept on until after the trade period to see what we do there. So that's an interesting one.
Yeah,
as well.
I commented on one of the Facebook posts from one of the forums because like people were asking like what we're doing with him, and I think from my perspective at least, like, I think it's pretty clear. Like we'll keep him on if we can't get any different sort of defender depth in there. Like that, obviously, if we get some better defenders, we might not keep him on, but
Yeah.
otherwise he's there for depth still.
Thinking about it afterwards, it might not even necessarily be defender depth. It might just be pure list spot as well.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, it's an interesting one, but it does mean that I guess they're not 100% sort of locked in to anybody in particular in the trade period. So
Yeah, and obviously Brennan Cox has signed like a 6-year deal with Freo, so he's off the table.
yes.
Sorry, Bozza.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bozza was not happy with how that was going.
I want to
down.
know what's going on with Boz's mail because he reckons he's got all this mail.
Yeah.
And it seems that everything's going wrong for Boz.
There's no word on the street about anyone we're going to get. The latest has just been Burgess from Gold Coast and who's the other one?
Chol.
Yeah, Chol. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like what else we got going on?
Chol and 4 though, I'd 100%
Yeah, Chol and
take
4's
that.
great.
How good would that be?
That'd be awesome.
And they're still talking about us in that like pick 4 group wanting that. There was even mention of that today in the media, so that's a good thing. I want us to stay in that conversation because I think that could be huge.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't know, a bit uninspiring with all shit happening in the men's at the moment. So
Yeah, it's boring when nothing's happening with your club.
Yeah.
It's just too quiet.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But get excited because I'm assuming trade week's going to start next week.
Yes.
Trade radio, I should say.
I thought it already started.
It's already started.
No, that was just they did it. They always do that. They just do one episode and it goes for like a couple of hours
Fuck you.
to launch it. And then next week,
Next
free
year.
agency will start midweek next week, I reckon.
Yeah, it'll be brought to you by Continental Tires.
So yeah, we'll get free agency at the end of next week and then the trade period will start the week after as far. So we'll be straight into it.
We'll finally know if Duday is moving on from the
He's
Crows.
100% gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Surely.
I think we've all come to that conclusion and coming to terms with
Maybe
it
to
slowly.
Collingwood. Oh, actually, speaking of Collingwood, so the grand final's obviously on this week with Collingwood and Brisbane, but who comes in for Dan McStay, who's gone out injured? Is it Big Billy Franger, Frampton? Does he get to play a grand final?
Surely
That
not.
would be his luck, wouldn't it?
Oh,
I reckon he potentially does because he's like size-wise, he's like for like with
Maybe.
McStay.
that would be
That'd be
insane.
Yeah,
Huge.
take those hands off the hips in the GF, Billy.
That's
See,
it.
Taylor Adams has been ruled out today too.
Ooh, even
is
more
a-
chance for Big Billy to come in.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into some grand final chat. But before we do, let's talk about the games that we just watched. let's talk about the Collingwood versus Giants game. What?
Yeah.
What a spectacle that was!
It was
What a farce.
Was absolutely a fantastic game to watch. And
It was.
I think most of us were going for the Giants in that one. Just you go for the underdog, don't you?
Yeah.
And they nearly got there. They're so close.
Yeah.
I can't
You've got a lot to say about this.
I just cannot
Look at Dan.
believe
He's so
some of that-
angry.
some of that umpiring in that game in the last quarter. If like one of those free kicks where like someone got the head ripped off got paid, they could have gone down and kicked a point at least and took it into overtime.
That Toby
Unreal.
Green one was absolutely insane.
Did I send you guys that meme of him getting his head actually ripped
Yeah, where the
off?
head was actually off his body. Yeah.
There was that. There was like the ruck contest where where Briggs just got like thrown to the side, like
Yeah.
completely around the neck and everything. Like there was just there was the one where Myercheck just like fell on top of the guy
Yeah.
in the marking contest.
And don't get me wrong, the umpiring was bad for
Wild.
both teams as well. Like it
Yeah.
was the whistle was put away, and it was put away
insane.
way too much, way too
Why
much.
do they do that? Like, you can't change the standard
That's
from
it.
a regular seat. And I know there's been a lot of talk about this in AFL media at the moment, but
Yeah.
you can't just change it because it's finals.
I want them to put the whistle away more. I like it, but you've got to pay those head highs like that. The ones that aren't being played
Like
for.
Richo called it on the broadcast. He was like, "You've got to pay that. Like, it doesn't matter that it's a final."
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
Yes.
But it was look, I think I got to the end of that game and Collingwood won, and Collingwood deserved to play in the grand final as far as I'm concerned. So I think
Yeah, they
it was-
do.
Yeah.
it's just
It's just the worst way to go out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just that 1 point clincher. It's just more heartbreaking than any other kind of loss.
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously the Carlton Brisbane game,
I saw very little of
was
this game.
very concerned because in the first 5 minutes, Carlton had kicked 5 goals.
Yeah, they went off.
And Brisbane had kicked 1 point, and I was like, "Oh shit, they're doing it again."
Yeah.
But somehow, through pure grit and determination, the Lions clawed their way back
Yeah.
and managed to absolutely plunder Carlton. And I will say this: Carlton and Port Adelaide are the biggest pretender clubs of the AFL. Absolute pretenders.
Yeah.
Very grateful that Lions won that game.
Yeah, same. Lizzie and I were going off to a party on Saturday night, so we were listening to it on the radio when Carlton were going off.
Yeah.
And I said to her that it really felt like one of those games where Brisbane were just sort of absorbing that pressure that Carlton, Brisbane hadn't lost the game at the Gabba all year, so
Yeah.
they would have known that Carlton were going to come at them really hard to start with.
Absolutely.
And they sort of rode it, and they played it perfectly, really.
Yeah. It was brilliant.
Look at Dan over here. If you're wondering
is
what all that
happening?
banging
Mr.
around is, it's because Dan can't work his bloody mic
We were
stand
talking
out.
about Elodie being dressed as Mr. Bean on the weekend, and we've got Mr. Bean in the studio right now.
You're right there.
I'm clearly not.
You got anything to say about this game? Or?
I was just gonna say, no, I didn't watch that one.
Nah.
Oh, it was the one to watch, if you ask me.
Yeah, I didn't see much of it either.
And look, I put 2 multis on this weekend, and fuck.
Stay away from
everyone,
those
like-
multis.
Well,
No
it's
good
it.
for
It's
you,
the end
like.
now.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
true.
doing it ever again.
No, you got to pick the first goal scorer and the Norm Smith for the grand final. That's the
Bother
Are
doing
you doing that?
yeah. Who's your tips though?
For first goal?
Yeah,
Oh, are we going to talk about that?
yeah, we can.
Okay. It all depends on who gets named, I suppose. First goal of the grand final will be Charlie Cameron.
Oof. Yeah,
Okay.
We'll get the motorbike out early.
yeah.
And what was the other one? Norm Smith.
Norm
Norm
Smith.
Smith. Who do they love? Lockie Neal.
Yeah, but it's not the umpires that vote on the Norm Smith. So
It'll
it's
be
all right.
Lockie Neal or Nick Dacos. You wait.
Yeah, true. I reckon it's always someone you don't really expect that has a game out.
Like Dustin Martin.
Well, yeah, maybe not him. But who won it last? It was who won it last year? It was who was it? It was this is riveting. Podcasting, isn't it? It's that it's
Gonna see
really
how long this
bloody
goes
obvious. Yeah.
Brian Myers.
No.
Brian Myers.
No. The guy that's retiring this year from Geelong.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Isaac Smith.
Yeah.
I Googled
I'm going to say Norm Smith. I reckon Danaher's going to kick 4.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, come on.
You wait. First goal, Jamie Elliott.
Yeah, pay that.
I'm going to say first goal,
Do you know any of the players?
Billy Frampton.
You get
But if he-
very good odds on that right now.
If he doesn't get picked,
Norm Smith, Billy Frampton.
I was also
double.
I was also actually going to say Elliot.
Yeah.
If it's not Billy Frampton, it'd be Elliot. But I think Norm Smith. I reckon DeGoey might be in for a chance.
Yeah,
hey?
true. He's been a beast.
They love
If he
guys like
continues
getting
that
it.
streak,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd hate that, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Or it's either DeGoey or it's Josh Dacos. I don't reckon Nick Dacos is in for the Norm Smith. I reckon Josh Dacos might be up there.
Josh is a bit of a dark horse.
I don't think Brisbane can let Nick Dacos have a day out in this game, so they're gonna tag
I agree.
him, or
Yeah.
at least put some pressure on
I think
him.
Lockie Neal will get tagged as well.
Probably. Yeah.
Tagger's delight.
But who wins?
Collingwood.
I unfortunately think Collingwood will probably clinch it, but I feel like the Lions will bring it up to them, and it'll be a way better grand final than last year. Put it that way.
Let's hope so.
I reckon the pressure's going to get to Collingwood and Brisbane's going to win.
Well, I hope you're right.
I really hope that that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if it's a draw?
Massive risk saying that.
week.
Nah, not anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
Overtime these days. They
Oh, so I
changed
can't bet on a draw?
No.
That's bullshit. You know that when there was that draw, I actually woke up that morning and thought, I bet it's going to be a draw. And I
you back
should have.
it?
Well, no, because I didn't bet.
You could have got 52-1 on that.
Our guest tonight has fast become a favourite of the pod. With a background in surf lifesaving, she eventually adapted her exemplary fitness level to the footy field, first playing at Christie's Beach and then South Adelaide. It obviously didn't take the Crows long to snap her up, taking her at pick number 4 in the 2020 AFLW draft. And listed as a midfield forward, she pinch hits all over the field and is one of our most reliable players week in, week out. Welcome, Teah Charlton.
Hello.
Whoop, whoop.
Woohoo.
Teah, absolutely fabulous to have you on. You are one of our players to watch in the women's team. So thanks very much for joining us. We want to get you warmed up for the interview first, though. We're not going to get cracking straight into the serious questions. I want to know, Teah, what's your favourite beverage on a night off?
Probably like vodka Red Bull, I reckon.
Oh, straight in.
Yeah,
Party bus.
I'm a bit of a partier off season, but that's my go-to to get the night going.
Love it. And what's a song you sing in the shower?
Oh God, probably I don't even know. Maybe The Climb from Miley Cyrus, something that's
Oh, yeah.
all-time classic. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not much of a singer in the shower actually.
Okay. That's the complete opposite of me, I got to say. Love a good sing in the shower. It's the only time I do sing. Now, I think I might know the answer to this question already, but I will ask you, who's your favourite artist and what's your favourite song by them?
Yeah, so Billie Eilish is my favourite
knew
artist.
it.
Yeah. Knew that one.
Yeah.
Probably the favourite song, a bit of a sad one, but I Love You. Yeah, pretty depressing, but
that's a nice song,
such a
though.
vibe. Yeah, beautiful lyrics.
Love it. All right. And you got to see Billie Eilish when she toured. You went to the Melbourne show, did you not? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year it was the best experience ever. I loved it.
Awesome. Love it. All right, let's get into the footy stuff. It's been a bumper start to the season for the Crows. 4 wins on the board straight out the gate. You've switched up your ball movement, which seems to be working really well for you. I want to know how the energy is around the club at the moment. You must be pretty stoked with yourselves.
Yeah, super exciting. But yeah, we've definitely changed our ball movement up a little bit. Obviously, we're trying to run and gun a lot more, which is just, handball received. But yeah, everyone's buzzing, but obviously we're only halfway through, so hopefully we can just keep it up and keep the run going.
Yeah, absolutely. And your game has always been impressive, and we've had a keen eye on you since we started the podcast. You've come in this season looking fit as. You've managed to kick a goal in almost every game. What's different in how you've approached the season compared to the last few seasons?
I'd probably say that obviously we had a bigger off-season that's just gone. So I think just having a bit more structure and a bit more of a build, tank-wise, I think that's really helped my fitness.
Yeah.
But yeah, and also we've just taken up a whole lot more craft sessions at the club, even in off-seasons. We've just basically kept everything up throughout the whole 6 months off-season. So I know it's working a treat for me and some of the girls. So yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, awesome.
And tell us more about your footy background. So prior to joining Christie's Beach, was there a desire to get involved in footy, or were you able to play footy at a younger age?
Yeah, so I played with a boys team when I was 11. just at my dad's like local club, which is Old Noongar Shoes. But yeah, I only could play 2 seasons there because obviously girls can't play with the boys past 13 or something like that. So yeah, I took a few years off and then managed to find my way around the talent pathways with South and Chrissy's Beach. So yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
Yeah, interesting. We haven't heard that a lot around sort of playing with the boys team. I remember when I was sort of growing up playing footy, we played and there was always 1 or 2 girls in the team up to about the age that you said as well. Do you know if many of the girls across the team have played in the boys teams earlier on?
Yeah, I think there's a couple girls. I wouldn't be able to name exactly who,
right.
but yeah, I think there's a few girls around my age that have all had pretty similar experiences.
Cool. And you've been one of our most consistent performers since debuting, slotting straight into a team that was consistently at the top. What do you put that consistent run down to?
I would say, it's probably putting in the hard work in the off-season and pre-season. And, I just wanted to get straight into it. Just being an AFL player has been my dream growing up. So I think I've taken it with every stride and just wanted to be so keen. So I think, just being heavily involved with footy has probably helped me stay consistent and love the footy so much. So, I know I take on lots of extra things for footy. Yeah,
nice. Well, we love that you love it, obviously.
Teah, Dan sort of touched on it before, but do you think with a lot of the younger girls getting to a chance to play footy earlier and a lot more serious footy earlier is only going to help the competition moving forward?
Oh, absolutely. And I've seen it firsthand with my younger sister. So Emma's only 15, so she's kind of come in at the perfect stage where she played from, I think, about 8 and has not stopped.
Oh, wow.
So she's basically played with the boys, which I think every girl should do. Like, it just takes your game to the next level. It's just, your toughness-wise and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then the state pathways and even at sample level, like, that's just a lot more solidified. And, everyone actually knows the pathway now, whereas, like, even only a few years ago, it's like, where do you go from local level? And then, So I think, I reckon in the next few years we'll see a huge jump in just the quality of football players coming through.
So you'll be trying to poach your younger sister into the Crows in about 3 years, I'd say?
Yeah, I'd say so. I really hope it doesn't go to Port, but South is like...
She wouldn't, surely.
South is aligned with Port, so I'm just terrified that something's going to go wrong and she'll go across town, but... No, it'd be an absolute dream to play with my younger sister. So I hope that does happen.
Yeah.
Hearing that, it sounds like you supported the Crows, maybe?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we grew up.
That's good to know.
Crows.
We don't want to lose another one to Port.
No, not at all. My dad barracked for Geelong, but all the rest of us, my nana and all that, all went for Crows.
Awesome. Good to
nice. Hear. Is there any? Do you like some of the men's team? Some of the young players train with the sort of the team before they get a chance to maybe get selected. Have you got any of the younger girls training with you at the moment that we're likely to see in the coming year?
Yeah, so we have some girls that are train on. So they're not like younger than draft age. They're all of age, like about 17 to 18.
Okay.
They're allowed to come along to one training a week and just get involved with our training and kind of like our meetings and stuff, just to see, what AFL life is like. But then also with, I think it's the NAB Academy, the girls who are involved in that get even more time spent with us. So we get a few girls come along every week that get involved.
Yeah, nice. One thing we find quite fascinating about interviewing the AFLW players is their life away from the game. Obviously, football isn't the only thing you guys usually do, unlike the men who are sort of, it's just 24/7 all year round. What do you get up to away from the footy field?
So only recently I got another second job. So I took about a year and a half off of any other work. I just wanted to solely focus on footy, which is the life, but do have to do other stuff. So at the moment I'm just doing some nannying and stuff like that. So nothing too serious, but just something to keep me occupied while we're not training, and just have another outlet.
Yeah, nice. Is the aim, or I think has the CBA been agreed upon yet?
I think it's like not like officially done, but it's like come to some sort of agreement. I think.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And do you think that'll allow a lot more women's players to sort of do it full time?
Yeah, I think so. And I think obviously our aim, I think, is like 2026 to be full term, so full time. So hopefully that does come around. But yeah, I think we've got a few pay increases, which is awesome. So hopefully that will help out some girls. So they don't have to work as much outside of footy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think we're definitely going in the right direction, which is really exciting.
Yeah. Awesome. How do you feel about the season running over the men's finals? Do you feel it takes away from the early stages, or is it fun being a part of the sort of excitement?
Yeah, I'm a bit like 50-50. Like, obviously, I feel for like the women's teams who have their men's teams in finals and can't like go watch them. That's probably like I could imagine if Crows were playing, and say if they had made the grand final and I was playing like in Perth or something and couldn't watch it, that'd be a nightmare. But that's a very big hypothetical. But no, other than that, like the hype around footy finals, just everyone's super excited about footy in general. So that kind of, bleeds into our competition, which is good.
Yeah, nice.
That's cool.
And just a quick one. How was it playing at 11 o'clock the other day?
So interesting. I haven't played that early in so long, like it's like Christie's days.
We were watching a bit of a replay of it just before the pod, and we noticed that the energy of both teams was really high for at least the first half before we just smacked them in the second half. But yeah, it was interesting. Like Sam made the comment, maybe it was because it was so early in the morning, everyone was up and about.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I think it was good because like we literally woke up, had breakfast, and we were playing. Like, you didn't have time to wait around for the game. So, yeah, I think everyone was just really excited and, full of energy.
That was kind of the same for me, really. Woke up, had a coffee, and straight into the game. It was great.
From your couch.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Teah, before we wrap it up, I've just got one question for you. You just mentioned earlier that your dream was always to be an AFL player, which I think is amazing. But was there ever a point where you thought maybe you weren't going to be able to achieve that dream?
Yeah, I think, growing up, before the competition had come around, it was kind of like, you're just doing it for fun. There's no, like, real end goal. So that's why I think I stood with surf lifesaving for so long, because that was going to be, like, my other route I was going to take. So, I don't know. I think, but once the women's competition came around, that was just my one and only goal. So, I think it wasn't too dwelled upon if it wasn't going to happen. But,
Well, that's great. And I'm so glad that dreams come true for you. And you've obviously worked really hard to get there. So that's really fantastic. All right. We're going to end it, but to end the interview, Teah, we're going to ask you to throw some of your teammates under the bus, because we like to have fun and we like to know a bit more about the players. So my first question is, who is the worst driver?
I'll probably say myself. No one trusts me driving, that's for sure.
You're allowed to dub yourself in, so that's fine. Who looks in the mirror the most?
Maybe Caitlin Gould.
Goldie.
Making sure her hair's nice and straight and hasn't gone all crazy.
Yeah. Nice and tidy. And last one, who has the worst fashion sense?
Probably, she's going to hate this, Chelsea Randall, I reckon.
Chelsea.
She's not my fashion, but nah, we're different people.
Is just like she's got the teacher vibe going on? Like
Absolute teacher vibe, but then also mixed with like a country girl or something. I don't know.
Lots of play.
There's a lot going on.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, Teah, thank you so much for coming on Here We Crow. It was great to have you on as I mentioned, one of our favourite players. So may your consistent run continue for the rest of this year, and hopefully more premierships on the horizon for you and the girls. But thanks again for coming on Here We Crow.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks, Teah.
Thanks, Teah.
Adelaide's rocking.
Before we get into social media, Fox Footy's posted how they think the Bombers and Saints trade could work. Have you actually seen this, Dan?
No.
Essendon pays Jade Gresham enough to trigger first-round pick compensation. St Kilda receives that pick, trades it back to Essendon for Dylan Shield. Deal would ensure Saints get something for Gresham's exit, open up cap room for Bombers, and hand them a top 20 pick. What an absolute joke. If that's allowed to go through, this comp is absolutely stuffed.
Oh,
And I quit the pod.
It can go through for Victorian teams.
Yeah, it seems it, doesn't it? It's disgraceful. What?
Out of bounds on the full.
Just doing a bend, didn't realise we were back on. I'm just like having a look at
sitting back.
Instagram.
Yeah. That's
All
what
right.
Dad does through the podcast
Yeah,
anyway.
he's
Look at
doing it
him.
right now.
Yeah.
Social media. All right. Well, you've got heaps to tell us, obviously. Not really. Bozza, the Hoskin medal is rigged, but who cares? It's quite fun listening to everyone bitch about it. Bont robbed of 2 now. Also cost me money because I had Bont, Neil, Dacos top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Big Ange. Bring on some fucking trades for fuck's sake. GF tips, pies, Dacos Norm combo, $1.01. Thanks, Boz.
He's pretty certain.
Gamble responsibly.
Send us your mail. I want to hear it, mate.
Yeah.
Adrian, how on earth did Dan Houston get in the top 3 of goal of the year? If they wanted a set shot, Walker was a shoe-in, surely.
Yeah.
Showdown, 50 out, sold some candy and on the left. Sheesh. Adrian, you are speaking my language. I said this when it was announced. How the fuck did that even happen?
Did you see the picture of that when the camera panned to Dan Houston at the Brownlow and he had the glass in his mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Look, you would have noticed that Dan Houston did not take a date to the Brownlow, and that is why. What do you got over
is that
there?
all you got?
That
Me
is
too.
it.
Oh,
That is it.
everyone has dropped off.
Everyone's like, yeah, they're
Everyone's
off it.
feeling like me at the moment. Just it's just tough. I think I'm footied out or something. I don't know.
Yet you're on this podcast.
Yeah, I said do a podcast every week. Kate, trade period is the worst. It always depresses me, and now it's going to be happening twice. Will mid-season trade periods be a net positive and worth the additional pain? Yeah, I like them.
Is that our usual Kate?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. She's never been
What do you
negative
think
before.
about mid? She's usually so positive.
Yeah.
What do you think about the mid-season trade period?
It hasn't really affected the Crows yet. So apart from Paddy Parnell.
Nah, mid-season
Not
trade.
mid-season
bloody
draft.
Trade.
Trade.
God, I'm really not with it.
I think the only problem with it is that it's going to really benefit big clubs that are at the top of the ladder.
Yeah. It's all about sort of putting it's like puzzle piece FC Port, trying to get the extra puzzle pieces to win the premiership. That's all it's going to be good
To
for.
be fair, it might ruin some clubs though if
Yeah.
they think they can win the premiership and they go all in that year, and then die a very painful death in the following seasons because they gave up too much. So
Doesn't it just like kind of would fuck with the, like, you know, the vibe?
Yeah, like it's interesting because I watch a fair bit of NBA now over the last couple of years, and it's interesting because some of those teams all of a sudden are like even better after that little trade period in the middle, while others just fall off completely because they don't have some of that top end talent.
And how would it work? Are you trading players that want to go, or are you just trading?
That's all you can do in this competition because the players' union is so heavy, the presence of them. So, yeah, you can't get traded against your will in the AFL anyway, like you can in other sports.
Yeah.
The clubs have no power. I am also well over the priority picks and handouts to chosen shitty clubs. Too much to hope for a sink or swim attitude towards the clubs that constantly underperform. Yes, we've discussed North Melbourne's compensation and it's just a joke.
Utter bullshit.
Yeah. Thank God for the Crow Girls giving me life at this point in the year. Dead set powerhouses. Jess Waterhouse slotting into what is now a crucial role. All team members contributing and improving each week. Love to see it. Pretty sure if you read these in succession, it will be a roller coaster of emotion. Soz.
We love it anyway, Kate.
We did comment on how many squares Kate has given us.
Oh, wow.
There was a lot
that
there.
was epic.
Yeah.
Love it.
And Daniel, Kane Corns paid the umps to give JHF 3 votes in a 13 disposal no score game. Yes. We briefly spoke about that. That was just insane.
He must have had one really good looking kick the whole game.
Yeah.
Just quickly, I want to shout out to Millie who tweeted us tonight. She's just said that she'd been having a bit of social anxiety and she wasn't really feeling going to the games, but she put herself out there and she went to one all on her own this year and she went to the showdown. She absolutely loved it and she appreciates that there's pods like us and Sensible Crow and Crowject around that give her a sense of community. So thanks for tweeting us, Millie. We love that. We love to hear it and we'd love to catch you before a game sometime at Crow Central perhaps.
Yes. No, actually, yeah, that was very nice of Millie. So thank you for including us in that. That's sort of why we do it, isn't it, Lauren? I think. Also, Jaden messaged us last week.
Oh, yeah.
Which I forgot to do. Unfortunately, I didn't get a notification on it. But he was talking about the Port loss, saying, as a Wanganeen, I tend to get conflicted. Gavin's my uncle. I played under 18s for Port Magpies, so it's always a little weird. I can't help but laugh, though. Every year they talk big talk and fall on their faces. Even Kane Corns told the players to shut up with the trash talking earlier this year. Collingwood aside, are they the most despised club in the land? Seems fans of all 17 clubs stick the boot in and laugh when they fall over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also asked him for some Gavin Wanganeen goss, and he said he doesn't have any necessarily Gavin stuff, but he does have something about Nerily Meadows, so I'll have to find out what that is.
Oh.
What?
Well, if he can provide us with a cardboard cutout of Gavin Wanganeen, I'd be pleased with that, even though he's poor. I love Wanganeen.
Yeah.
We would also, we'll have a cardboard cutout of Nerily Meadows as well, thanks.
Oh, dear.
All right. Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done. Let's talk about the drinks.
I can't believe that's
South-
got zero sugar
South
in it.
Avenue Zero Sugar Vodka Sour Blue Raspberry.
So sugary.
Look,
It's so
Tasty.
sweet.
I didn't really like it that much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I
really
think
sour, was it?
No,
It
it's not
wasn't
sour at all.
sour. It was super sweet, but I think it was just like the aftertaste tasted a bit like medicine-y for me.
Yep.
I feel like I probably would appreciate a different flavour.
Yeah.
But
The South
generally
Ave
not.
stuff is awesome. It's just, that was a bit.
Well, we had the seltzer one, we had that watermelon one and the apple one, and they were really delicious.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if they did another flavour of this, it'll probably be really good.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. There will be.
Billson's Twister, Russ Eats.
Yeah, delicious.
Well, we said earlier, but that was absolutely delicious.
Yeah, that was really good.
I could drink 7,000 of those, but I need some sugar-free versions, please, Russ.
Yes, and something we just didn't really even talk about was the game this week, the AFLW game this week.
Yes.
On Sunday, we play the Gold Coast Suns. Who do we think will win and by how much?
Or I reckon Crows by 25.
Yeah, I reckon, Crows by 21.
I reckon Suns will take it up to us a little bit. I'm going to go Crows by 13.
Yeah. Ooh, closer.
Still win.
Can any of us go?
I should be able to go.
Okay.
Maybe. We'll see.
I have a Bucks show that I've had to plan, which I loved. I love planning.
Elodie from the Crowject still thinks that I don't exist, so she said she'll be at the game this week, and I said I should be there. But
that'll be nice.
It'll be interesting to see if
Little podcast crossover.
Oh, she was at the party I was at on the weekend.
Yeah, you see
dressed
her
as
a bit
Mr.
somehow.
Bean. Yeah.
It's just not me.
Well, I don't know if I'm going yet. I'll figure it out on the day. That's because I've got a party to go to the night before. And I'm DJing at the Crown and Anchor Hotel Sunday night, 9 p.m. if you want to come down and have a boogie.
No.
Well, you're busy.
Just for anyone who's following at home, the band that I play in Star Maps, we're releasing a single on Friday. So
Oh, yeah, I'll be at that, Dan, too.
Get across
I
that.
said I was going to go, so I should
I
probably
am
go.
very much hoping to get to that.
it's our last Adelaide show this
Yeah.
Friday night before
Oh, then big time. The
one of
next
my
one.
band members goes back overseas.
What about big time one?
Where are
big
you
time.
watching the GF?
Change of subject.
Yeah, he was going to tell us about his big time gig.
Corner Hotel in Melbourne.
With who?
Week after Django.
Yeah, that's
Be
kind of
fun.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't realise you were still talking about
Yeah.
gigs.
No, that's fine. It's not about
Do
football.
we have any Melbourne listeners?
Nah,
Was it Brad who told us he likes our junk segments at the end
this is
on,
it.
on
Oh, yeah,
social
the
media?
banter.
It's happening.
Yeah, so it's we've edged into
I've
there.
got absolutely nothing for you this week.
I've-
I don't know where I'm watching the grand final.
I have a 30th at Bowden Brewing on Saturday evening, so I might go to somewhere around there to watch the footy.
Oh, yeah.
I guess. I don't know what's around there, to be honest. There's no good pubs in
Roman's
that
house.
area.
You could go to the Excelsior.
Oh, that's a shithole.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's the best. The food's
You've
really
talked
good
about
there.
that
Is
before
it?
in here.
Yeah.
Really? I used to go there to put bets on the horses because it was the closest, easiest to
Gamble
AB.
responsibly.
Look, they got a dartboard. It's a shit bar, but I love shit bars. Like
Dartboard's always a win.
I just need something good to drink though. If they don't have
well,
anything
there's the
good in
Lady
there.
Daily, but I don't know if they've got a telly in there.
What about the Brompton? Is that any good?
Haven't been, but they've changed it. They've renovated it into a gentrified.
You know, it does have a massive screen, but it's you know it does have a massive screen, but is a piece of shit place to go. Bombay Basketball Club.
Oh, yeah, not going.
I live right down the road from there, and I still haven't. I've lived there for 2.5 years, and I've never gone.
You literally live a stone's throw.
Literally,
from there.
If you went there, you'd be amongst the 3 people that go there. There's no one else.
Oh, it is.
No,
It does
there's
always
3
look closed.
in the pokey room. There's at least 3.
Yeah.
Well, look, my partner wants to go there. He talks about it every time we drive past. He's like, I don't know why we don't go there.
Look,
I'm like, I've got a fair idea.
Anyone listening to this is probably going to yell at me because there's way better curries around. But the curries that I've had there have been all right.
Yeah, they're reasonable.
Yeah.
They're like, you know, when like you only have the one curry place in town, like, and so it's good. That's what they're like.
Yeah. Except we've just got way more better ones.
Yeah, now there's heaps of better ones that have been overtaken.
Oh, wow. News just in. James Rahili has won Assistant Coach of the Year.
That's wild.
Oh.
Didn't even know that was a thing. But
Oh.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I hope
Who
he
votes
doesn't
on
listen to
Who
the
votes on that?
I've got no idea.
The
I'm
umpires.
just reading I'm reading the tweet.
I got no idea who he is. That's a cool name.
3 votes, James Rahili.
They call him Rawls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, what's that a part of? Is that like
No one knows.
no one knows? No, you got no more info than that.
I literally just read the tweet out.
Oh.
Like, that's it.
Okay.
When are we having Nuz on? Just off topic.
Yeah, we'll get him in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He knows. We'll get him in for some draft chat.
Oh, I did want to ask, just, let's keep on with this bullshit. Did you get your Crows membership email this week?
Yeah.
And did you notice what it said on the top?
I noticed that the price went up.
Was it
Well,
$4.85?
I don't know if mine did.
I did.
$4.85 was that what it was last year?
I don't know. I do
I
the
think-
cheapo plan.
That's what mine was.
Ben was whinging because he had it was $29 extra, but that was a women's comp. That he
Maybe
yeah.
that's why
signed
mine's
up to.
extra because I got that. As
Yeah,
well.
I signed up to that. That was on there.
Oh, that's probably my stepdad messaged me and said his has gone up $160, but he also accidentally bought 5 AFLW memberships.
There
So
you go.
maybe
Did
that's what
anyone-
it is.
Yeah.
Did anyone else read the slogan and think it was like the Daft Punk song?
This is what I'm talking
Harder,
about.
stronger, faster.
Did you notice that it says up the top here, together we are courageous, stronger, faster?
Yeah, it's obviously
Yeah.
the song.
We
Yeah.
Flyers 1 is buried
Yeah.
right at the bottom.
I like We Flyers one. Why are we getting rid of it?
Also, like I
Get rid of the
commented
logo.
on,
No one said we're getting rid of that.
I commented on Boz's post. No logo anywhere to be seen on that. So
Well, right
You're
there.
wrong. It's right at the top.
it wasn't on top. It wasn't on what he
It's there.
posted.
It's there.
Where?
It's right here.
Who posted?
Oh, that's the email like header.
Is
not
it?
not on the on the
on the
actual
thing.
image. Yeah. No, they wouldn't change the email header. But like there's shit for next year. There's no logos. So
Look, I may have it on good authority that things are being talked about.
do
I
you
can't
like?
say any more than that.
Oh, please divulge, Lauren.
I can't.
No, I know you can't.
I literally legally can't.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Well, it's been a big week. Big
It
week in
has.
footy. Grand final this weekend should be fun. I hope whatever you're doing for it is excellent. I
Yep.
hope all your bets win or don't bet because gambling
shit.
is irresponsible.
You should stop giving money to sports bet.
You should. You really should.
Give it to Tab instead.
Let's go Crows on Sunday.
Yes.
Another win would be fantastic. Let's hit the top of the ladder.
Mm.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Melbourne aren't going to lose, though, are they?
Not with
Don't be like
Paxi.
that.
Not with Paxi.
Not with that
Paxman.
attitude.
Paxman.
That is the best name in AFLW.
Yeah.
Paxi Paxman.
Paxi Paxman. Yeah.
Anyway,
We need one like that.
All right.
see you Friday, Dan. See you at the Golden Model Star Maps gig.
And good luck with
Thanks.
Good luck tomorrow, Ben. If you're listening to this before you go, or on the way up, maybe.
What are we wishing him luck for?
Oh, his funeral's tomorrow.
Oh,
his
sorry.
grandma. Yeah, he's
Sure, you're
been
stoked we brought that up.
he's been dobbed in for the eulogy.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Well-
we joked today on the phone that they asked around who's got some media experience, and Ben's name popped up from the podcast.
That sounds about right.
well, I hope the chairs are comfy.
Yeah, so just so people know, we did actually laugh about this on the phone. So Ben is aware,
Okay.
just in case they think we're laughing about
The
him.
dulcet tones of Ben.
Yeah, that's right.
He might have
Well,
he might have a career in this.
I hope he takes his laptop and he's got his mouse icon really big.
No, but best of luck tomorrow, Ben. Hope it goes all right. We're done.
That's it. See you later.
See ya.
Right.